MXUX here with some news you can use on Foxconn and Lordstown Motors. Okay, I'm just going to end this with a clip from my latest video that I don't think a lot of people saw. This is a Chicago Fed analyst talking about the fleet market. Check this out. Bullish for Lordstown.
Some of the affordability, and there's still a whole lot of pent-up demand out in the retail customer as well as fleet. One of the fleets that we don't think about too much is government fleets, and many states and the federal government in particular are looking to buy EVs or plug-in hybrids, and they haven't been able to get them, and they haven't been able to get them at the prices that governments usually pay. So there's, I talked to a state that was getting ready. The legislature was going to pull their budget because they put in their orders in October when their fiscal year started, and getting around to the end of the year, they still didn't have the vehicles. So there's a lot of demand out there. We just have to see how strong it holds up this year.
Okay, this is a Bloomberg podcast. Listen to the Rivian mention.
Interesting, I think, is that you think of Foxconn as being the iPhone assembler, and you think, well, if they're going to do EVs, they're going to be all about the EV assembling with big factories like you'd see in Detroit. That's actually not quite their thinking. They're more thinking in the 1990s model, which is in the 1990s when desktop PCs were the biggest thing out there. It was very modular. You open up a PC and it's very, very modular, and you've got standard reference designs for what it would look like. And, at that time you have, AMD and Intel were doing the CPUs, and Foxconn could make a lot of those component parts and get good margins on it. They see EVs more similar to PCs than iPhones. And so they have reference designs, right? If you want to go out, like literally, if you had the money, you could call up Foxconn tomorrow and say, hey, we want to make an EV. We don't have a clue. We've just got money. And Foxconn are like, all right, we've got a reference design. Literally, it is a design. It's a chassis with 4 wheels, and they can basically walk you through the process. And for the right amount of money, you could have an EV, in 6 months. And that's why you've got companies like Lordstown and Rivian and all these other startups are actually turning to Foxconn and saying, we want to get into the EV business. Maybe we should, get into bed with each other.
Now, this is an article on Teslarati from late last year, 22. Foxconn fully commits to Lordstown and puts its money where its mouth is. This is mostly old news, but I just wanted to go over a quote right here from the chairman of the board, Dan Niavaji, regarding this. And blah, 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 blah. This is the critical point. Our board of directors and management team strongly believe that deep collaboration with the Foxconn EV ecosystem, including the Mobility and Harmony MIH open source platform, offers tremendous opportunities to meet our mutual ambition to accelerate EV adoption globally. Now, again, this is from last year, and in our last earnings call, Hightower, CEO of Lordstown Motors, did say they were pivoting to an MIH program. So, again, I think all of these things point to the Project X, MIH, Project X. There are several others. But I just am making the point here that Lordstown Motors is keeping its identity as an original equipment OEM manufacturer and BEV manufacturer with the Endurance. They have the van and they have the 3-row SUV, but they are pivoting their company to work with Foxconn, and they are all in on the MIH platform. The Endurance has the Lordstown skateboard, the Lordstown platform, with hub motors, and it is a body-on-frame platform, which is a very strong platform, especially for fleet vehicles and bigger SUVs. And they're pivoting now, having completed but paused work on the Endurance, to the MIH platform and going all in with Foxconn on this. And I think some people, analysts, investors, and so forth, are overlooking, how exciting this is. Okay, this is a new piece. This is March 16, 23. Foxconn brings EV battery production to 2 U.S. states. Foxconn iPhone manufacturer, which bailed out Lordstown Motors, announced that it would build electric vehicle batteries in Wisconsin and Ohio on Thursday. So, we will also build capacity for battery package for whole cars in our Ohio facility. We'll build capacity for battery cells and battery packages and energy storage systems in Wisconsin, while we will also build capacity for battery packages for whole cars in our Ohio facility. A little, there's some tricky word games there. I don't want to say it, but let's just put it this way. The battery line right now at Lordstown Motors is, at least one of them, we don't know if Foxconn has another one, is owned by, at Lordstown, Ohio. The battery line that exists there now is owned by Lordstown Motors and operated, I believe, by Lordstown Motors as well. And this assembles cells into packs. It does not produce cells. It makes battery packs. It's highly automated. It's state-of-the-art. It's all new. Whether this means, and again, this is this year, just recently, within the last 30 days, it looks as though they certainly are bringing cell manufacturing to Wisconsin. And, the question is there going to be... We will also build capacity for battery packages for whole cars in our Ohio facility. So, we can read this a bunch of different ways. Are they going to make batteries in Ohio? Good question. Certainly could. They have the room. Are they going to, and this is my final read on this, is that they are going to expand the existing line there or bring in a second line to put together packs, that they will make these cells in Minnesota and the packs in Ohio. Okay, this item here is January 23. Nvidia unveils EV venture with Foxconn. NASDAQ listed Nvidia announces it's teaming up with Foxconn, which will begin manufacturing electric vehicles based on Nvidia's Drive Hyperion system. Foxconn manufactured EVs will feature Drive Orion ECUs and Drive Hyperion sensors for highly automated driving capabilities. So, there's an item right there. Nvidia, the MIH-based and Foxconn distributed vehicles are going to have the Nvidia drive system. And, initially, and I don't know if they still do, but initially Tesla did use Nvidia. Now, this is from the end of last year, 22. Biggest investor in Lordstown unveils build your own EV model. Now, it just talks about the commitment they've made to Lordstown Motors here. And I think that what I want to point out in this particular article is the Project X timeline and exterior design is expected to produce a 3-seater demo car using the build your own vehicle model by the end of 2023. Foxconn said the modular design approach and standardization means easy changes, customizations for different customers. With this timing, with the announcement of the Lordstown Motors taking on an MIH project, and this could very well be the project. Okay, I just wanted to point that out. Timeline, end of 2023. So we've got what, 8 months. All right. Okay, this is a piece in Reuters. Foxconn races to become an EV player and the clock is ticking. This is a new, November 22. So late November 22. The important thing to take out of this article, and it says they're looking for their new Apple. Okay? The results of many of our collaborations will be realized one after the other in 2023, the company said in a statement to Reuters. So that's a pretty definitive statement. So I think we can expect some kind of developments from Foxconn / Lordstown Motors, Lordstown EV Corp. Many of our collaborations will be realized one after the other in 2023. And again, it needs to find the next Apple. This is what they're saying here. And okay, let's move on. 2023. Okay, this is some spy camera footage of a camouflaged Fisker pair rolling on a bridge. I'm not sure. Can someone tell me, is that the new bridge in Los Angeles and East LA, where Lordstown Motors has operations in Orange County? Okay, this is from Fiskerati. Foxconn making progress on Fisker pair production line. And preliminary renovations to the Fisker pair production line in Lordstown, Ohio. So they are setting up a line in Lordstown, Ohio. Liberty Times, a Taiwan publication, reported the Fisker pair production line is undergoing preliminary renovations. The Fisker pair production line is expected to be fully designed and upgraded by the first quarter of 2024. The national newspaper also said that Foxconn announced it will increase capital investments in Lordstown, Ohio. So, Foxconn is not sitting still in Lordstown, and Fisker pair is going to be upgraded, and the upgrade's going to be finished by the first quarter of 2024. There you go. That's very not reported. Okay, this is a piece from, and this is a recent piece from Top Electric SUV. I think a really interesting part of this is there is a picture of the Fisker pair. And you can see that the windshield is curved around the sides where the front windshield pillar would be. The pillar is set back, and there's a curve in the glass there. We've got a hatchback. This is a pretty cool looking vehicle. It is Fisker pair 2024 release, again in line with the production line being set up. Sub $30K price and US production. So US pair is to be manufactured by iPhone maker Foxconn in Ohio. So there you go. And this looks like this is going to commence in Q1 24. And there's our Fisker pair. And let me see if I can increase the size on that a little bit to give you a better look at that. Let's just take it up a bit here. Let's see if I can get that centered. There it is. There's your Fisker pair. And I think that's a pretty cool looking vehicle. And under $30,000, Tesla better look out. If we couple this is the Foxconn contract manufacturing customer. Okay, and this is who Lordstown is looking for to come on, and who wants to build a body-on-frame light pickup truck, BEV pickup truck with a state-of-the-art drive system. Fisker obviously is building this car. Who's going to partner with Lordstown and immediately enter the BEV pickup space? And I had mentioned earlier, there's a piece somewhere in this video about a Bloomberg podcast, and they mentioned that Rivian at some point was talking to people. We're talking to people in Ohio. Could Rivian be the partner that Lordstown Motors is looking for? We don't know. I think it would be a brilliant, and this is speculation on my part, I think it would be a brilliant move for Rivian to really dominate the light pickup range. That would add a whole new product line to their existing product line, get them into a more consumer-friendly, lower-priced BEV, which everybody is going to be looking for, because all these new BEV pickup trucks that are coming up, the Dodge, every one of them, Ford, all of them are 100K plus. If Rivian were to partner with Lordstown Motors and produce a Rivian branded Lordstown skateboard BEV at the 65K price level with the 7K tax credit, that would put them at 58K. Still a lot of money, but not terrible compared to the 100K pickup trucks coming out. Just a thought exercise on my part.